You go ahead and eat. You just taking a quick picture, everybody that's here to listen to my presentation. And my topic today is legalization of marijuana by Jacquetta Harper. Thank you. Bye. Okay, to legalize or not legalize, let me show you the way to a yes. For 44 states in the United States of America has marijuana laws that conflict with federal prohibition of cannabis. Federal law still treats all marijuana as crime regardless of the law. For years, marijuana has been successfully used, to help people with serious health issues. The legalization of marijuana will allow sick people to have access to medical marijuana without having to jump through hoops or go through any type of excessive, process in order to get the help that they need. Now, marijuana has been proven to have health benefits for more than just cancer patients. They have been proven to treat like a lot of different conditions like Crohn's disease, glaucoma, and PTSD, just to name a few. So let me share with you the benefits of passing the H.R. 1227 bill, also known as the Ending Federal Marijuana Prohibition Act of 2017. So, and how it can help add billions to the economy and provide more medical care to untreatable conditions and free up scared police resources. So, why haven't the H.R. 1227 bill passed in Congress yet? Two reasons that I can share with you right now. And one of the reasons is because the U.S. has signed an international treaty that prevents us from legalizing marijuana. 3 United Nations treaties set worldwide drug control as a party of the treaty. Lord, I'm stuttering and stuff.
You have to start over.
No.
You don't want to just do this at practice?
Yeah. International treaties that prevent us from legalizing marijuana. 3 United Nations treaties set worldwide drug control. As a party of the the U.S. has signed international treaties that prevent us from legalizing marijuana. 3 United Nations treaties set worldwide drug controls. As a party of these treaties, the United States has agreed to limit the use of marijuana exclusively to medical and scientific purposes. The 3 treaties that the United States of America have signed is the Single Convention of Narcotic Drugs of 1961, Convention of Psychotropic Substance of 1971, and the Convention Against Illicit Traffic in Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substance of 1988. Yes. The second is we have Jeff Sessions, which is the Attorney General Jeff Sessions, giving U.S. attorneys Attorney General Jeff Sessions giving U.S. attorneys the go to aggressively enforce federal laws against marijuana, even in states where pot is legal. So Sessions has already reversed a couple of Obama administration policies that shield legalization of marijuana from federal interventions and enable the pot industry to flourish. So he's inside there just, eradicating a lot of the marijuana, especially medical marijuana laws that has been set opposed to the state to help treat people with these diseases, untreatable disorders. So, with the passing of this act, it will cease Sessions' destruction agenda by limiting the Justice Department ability to undermine states' decision making of legalizing marijuana. So, in Colorado, marijuana brings in 3 times more tax revenue than alcohol. The state raised $78 million in the first fiscal year after starting retail sales, and $129 million the second fiscal year. So this is a lot of money that's coming back into the economy, So, and goes to show that men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. The marijuana industry, adult use, meaning rec use, and medical use in the United States has been, could exceed by 24 billion in revenue by 2025. So that's a lot of money that's coming in. The legal marijuana industry generates 7.2 billion in economic activities in 2016 and added millions of dollars in federal taxes paid by cannabis. Tax revenue and legal marijuana states provide funding to police, drug treatments, mental health centers, housing programs, and along with school programs like anti-bullying campaigns, youth mentoring, and public school grants. So that's a lot of money going back into the economy to try to help, clean up some of the neighborhoods and help people, So this passing of the HR 1227 bill can create 500 million community reinvestment funds to focus on job training for the emerging cannabis industry, prioritizing communities with a disproportionate number of marijuana arrests and convictions, as well as expunging a lot of convictions related to possession, simple possessions of marijuana. So, arresting people for marijuana possession costs the United States between 1.19 billion to 6.9 billion annually. This includes police, judicial, legal, and correctional expenses. So, here are 3 pros for a go. First pro. Instead of arresting people for marijuana, police can, Instead of arresting people for marijuana, police can focus on serious crime, including rape, assault, and homicide. Marijuana legalization in Washington state freed up law enforcement resources, and marijuana possessions dropped from 5,531 the year before legalization to 120 the year after. So that's a significant drop. That's a lot of people that's not being arrested just for simple marijuana, and use.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you can ask questions.
Why do they still have arrests if it was legal? Was it the amount? Was it the quantity that they had?
It could be, because in certain states there's a certain amount that you can have that's considered legal for rec use.
Okay.
Yeah. So legalization of marijuana also can help phase out a lot of the black market and cartel, and street gang. According to the ACLU, legalization in Colorado and Washington State has cost the Mexican cartel an estimate of $2.7 billion in profit. That's a lot of money that they're making. Stephen Downing, a retired deputy chief of the LA Police Department, said, "There's no question that ending today's prohibition of drugs, starting with marijuana, would do more to hurt the cartel than any level of law enforcement skills or dedication ever can." So there's definitely a great myth about what marijuana can do, as far as legalizing, because with the drug cartel out here, they're killing people over marijuana, and that can eliminate a lot of deaths. So. And the second pro that I want to share with you for legalization of marijuana is the use of what it can do for helping those that have chronic illnesses. And the first one I want to talk about is Parkinson's disease. And we know that Parkinson's disease is a progressive, permanent condition that affects the nervous system. So the CBD oil, which is the cannabidiol oil that's extracted from the plant, can provide pain relief, reduce tremors, alleviate slowness of movement and muscle stiffness, better quality of sleep, and provide overall mood. The second one is PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And that's characterized by relieving, when people are reliving trauma and associated emotional disorders and feelings. So studies show that PTSD sufferers have low levels of certain enzymes that's in their brain. with the use of CBD oil, what it does, it helps replace that molecule that's being missing from your brain and allow the person to be able to not get so stressed when certain things happen, like, when people are around firecrackers and it pops and they, bug out. That, the oil helps reduce that so they won't get as nervous and, stressed out when they're around certain loud noise or relieving any type of traumas. So, in this PowerPoint, I want you to look at with alcohol being legal, what it does to a person versus, they're having cannabis as illegal and what it does to help you in certain situations. Now, alcohol and tobacco are legal, yet they are known cancer. They cause cancer, heart failure, damage, and more. According to the CDC, 6 people die from alcohol poisoning every day, and 88,000 people die annually due to excessive alcohol use in the United States. There is no recorded case from marijuana overdose. So, the question is, what can you do? What you can do, you can go to this website, www.change.org, tell Congress to let states decide their own marijuana policy. Go on that website and sign the petition, because we're trying to get the HR 1227 passed through Congress. That's where it's at. We're having issues with Democrats and Republicans and, different states being opposed and also against, the use of marijuana. But the qualities and the benefits that medical marijuana can bring to everyone, is a must need, I'm not talking just for recreational use, I'm talking for medical purposes to help those that have PTSD, glaucoma, or even Parkinson's disease, Crohn's disease. These things can help alleviate pain for these people that are very ill. So, in conclusion, so now that I've made you aware of the current benefits of legalization of marijuana, what affects the passing of the HR 1227 can do for the community and medical benefits it possesses, I need you to support the changes that will come out of the passing of this bill, and go online and complete the online petition and make your voice heard. Think of many people of all ages that are suffering from chronic illnesses, and that could be alleviated by 20 years of marijuana research. Do you know someone that has received a simple possession of marijuana charge? So, in ending, many people that have experienced childhood sexual abuse know that person that committed that crime could have probation and serve a prison term up to 5 years. But for a simple possession of marijuana charge in certain states, for first offenders, they can get 2 to 10 years in prison and a fine up to $20,000. So think about that, the different charges that they're given towards the different cases. So go online and vote. Oh, sign the petition.